So my name is Emma Welty, and I'm the volunteer and communications coordinator at Longmont Food Rescue. So what I do is I really help engage with the volunteers by scheduling them on different food rescue shifts, and also recruiting and training new volunteers in the community. Also part of my communications aspect of it, I do community outreach via our social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook to really help educate Longmont and the community in Longmont, and also surrounding communities like Boulder, just about general things like food waste, food equity, and food insecurity, and really show them what Longmont Food Rescue is doing to help create a more just and less wasteful food system. So going into what Longmont Food Rescue does, what we're really trying to do is reduce hunger and be an ally for food justice and equity throughout the Longmont areas. And our mission is to redistribute nutritious foods that retailers have deemed food waste and to bring them directly to individuals in Longmont who are experiencing food insecurity. And one of our biggest missions in this overarching mission is to fill the gaps and get perishable food where it needs to go. So we've developed partnerships with local grocery stores, farms, farmers markets, and other food producers and food suppliers to get this food to the communities that usually would go to the landfill and get them directly to people who are living in different supportive housing communities or who are unhoused, so that they don't have to take the time out of their days and possibly spend money on transportation or just use time that they don't have to go to a food distribution center like a food bank or a food pantry. So when Longmont Food Rescue started, we really wanted to address two different issues. The first one was food waste, and the other one is food insecurity. So our size and our community partnerships has really allowed us to be more agile than larger food banks and get food where it needs to be quicker without the intermediary steps that are usually required, like proof of income, proof of residency. That way that food can be redirected and consumed within hours of donation instead of possibly sitting in large distribution centers and going to waste, which typically can happen when you have a larger agency that's dealing with this food redistribution. And in terms of why Longmont, at a local level, I have some stats for you. So in Longmont, 18% of families with children are under the poverty level. Also, 12% of Boulder County residents eat less than one serving of vegetables today or a day. So we really want to address those issues of poverty and also undernutrition. And also just generally in Colorado, 33% of Coloradans lack access to nutritious foods. And 16% of children don't get adequate nutrition. So we really wanted to be the force in our community that helps reduce these numbers and get nutritious foods to the families that need it. Yeah, and just play that role within the Longmont community in general. So with Longmont Food Rescue, we really try to offer consistent year-round services, even during the holidays. So we have a new partnership with Uproot Colorado, and we just opened two community fridges in the Longmont area. So one is located at Agape Safe Haven, and the other one is located in the area around Longmont United Hospital. So these fridges are there to offer 24/7 free food access to anyone who needs it. And we try to have it stocked with fresh food at all times so people can just walk up, open the fridge, and take out some fresh veggies or some non-perishable foods. We are hoping that these fridges can really help fill the gap during the holidays when pantries or huge food banks in the area have limited holiday hours that might restrict people from receiving food. And we're also hosting regular pop-up events. So we have an event called Produce in the Park or Produce in the Parking Lot, which alternates between second and fourth Sundays. And this event is where we just gather a bunch of food from our food rescue shifts or food from other donors, take them to the park or take them to the parking lot. And people can just walk up and receive food for free, no questions asked. So we have an event the Sunday after Thanksgiving for that as part of our holiday plans. And then another exciting thing that happened just very recently is that we got a donation of 16 turkeys from our partners, the JM Smucker Company. So we partnered with them before, getting sandwiches out to people who need them. 8 of those turkeys are now going to go to Agape Safe Haven for their members to use over Thanksgiving and over Christmas. And the other 8 are currently being stored at the community table farm, which is another one of our partners and a very active member of our community. And we're hoping to get those out to different residential communities or individual families over this holiday season. And another donation we've gotten a lot recently in the last week, is we got a beef donation from a local rancher who we're also connected with via community table farm. So this donation included a variety of different like cuts and varieties of meat, which included like ground beef, T-bone steaks, fajita meat, and different roasts. So we were able to distribute that out into the community last Monday during one of our food distribution events in a mobile home community. So that was able to feed 24 families, and they also went to Agape Safe Haven as well to help with their meals, their community meals. Usually during the time when the holidays start, it's the end of the harvest season. So our garden and our farmers market donations start decreasing. So in the past, similar to this year, we've really relied on smaller, more specialty donations. I think in the last couple years, we've gotten pies from local bakers that we've been able to distribute to low income or unhoused populations. We've also done different outreach events, like formed partnerships with the Longmont Museum to create holiday kits for them. And also tabled at the Longmont Artisan Holiday Market, which is also hosted on the fairgrounds, which is also where the farmers market is located, just to kind of keep our presence in the community still during the winter season, even though those forms of outreach and those forms of engagement have stopped. So this last year, we got $3,500 from the Live and Give grant, which has been the largest amount of funding that we've received from the Longmont Community Foundation. So that's been really exciting. And this funding has really helped support our general operating costs and also has allowed us to launch new distribution sites to get the food out to the community members. So this fall, we actually just started with that funding. We started a new mobile home food distribution site, and we also are including interpretation services for Spanish-speaking community members. So this has been really great for us to expand our reach into those areas. Also with the funding, we were able to launch the community fridge project, which we were just talking about. So these fridges are, like I said, like hosted at sites that are accessible to low income populations or to unhoused populations. And just like our food distribution sites, it operates under a no questions asked policy. So this really helps reduce the stigma and the barriers that different community members can often face when they're trying to access food. We've been able to paint them like really cool colors and provide food in them, and it's just been a cool experience. And then the last thing we were able to with the funding was hire a new position, which was actually my position as the volunteer and communications coordinator. So thank you so much. And yeah, this position overall has really allowed our organization to be able to diversify our skills, and has also given our executive director, Naomi Kurland, the ability to really focus her efforts on creating more community partnerships in the Longmont area and being able to dynamically respond to new opportunities and funding opportunities and partnerships rather than relying on the meticulous details of like trying to get different volunteers to be scheduled on food rescue shifts. So yeah, this funding has really allowed us to make this all happen and to expand our reach, which has been really great.